Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham, back with another video for you guys. Let's talk about Cam Newton on today's show because one, Chris Sims still believes that he is a top 20 quarterback in the National Football League. Talked about Cam a little bit on a recent show that he did and pointed to several things about Cam, his leadership attributes, what he brings to a football team beyond just the raw stats on the spreadsheet, if you will, which if you look at the stats last year, they were pretty rough, and we will do that in just a little bit. Here's what Sims had to say. Cam Newton is still one of the 20 best quarterbacks in football for my money. It's not about the quarterback stats all the time. It's about the effect you have on a football game. He's a little bit of a force of nature that way, and I think that sometimes gets swept under the rug. Look, I like Cam Newton. There is no doubt about that, but we have to acknowledge what we saw last year. Just couldn't throw the football that well at all for the New England Patriots. I disagree with Sims saying that he's a top 20 quarterback at this point in time. Now, I don't know if he just wasn't the same guy after COVID-19 last year because he played really well in that Seattle game early in the year, but for the most of 2020, he just didn't look right. He just didn't look like a good quarterback. He was skipping a lot of throws that weren't even that far downfield. Now, obviously, the Patriots did not have a good skill position group a year ago, from wide receivers to tight ends and so forth. It was one of the worst, if not the worst, in the NFL. But I've got concerns with Cam Newton. I'm not convinced he can still be one of these franchise quarterbacks in the NFL. What do you guys think? Do you still believe in Cam Newton? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'd have to lean, more no on this front. He did some good things last year, but I need to see a major improvement in the passing game this year because when you look at the raw numbers, sure, the completion percentage is fine, but 2,600 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, that's just not going to cut it in today's NFL when it's a high-octane offensive league at this point, especially throwing the football. Now, Cam is still effective as a runner. We all know that. Had 12 touchdowns a year ago, almost 600 yards, rushing over 4 yards per carry. You can still use him in the power run game, especially in the red zone. He's still effective. Now, maybe Cam revitalizes a little bit in 2021 because the Patriots invested. They got better at some of their skill spots, especially tight end. You get Hunter Henry, you get Jonnu Smith. I think they'll be a little better at the receiver position as well. And I like how Damian Harris ran the football a year ago. So maybe those type of things helps Cam this year, and a full offseason with the Patriots, which he didn't really get last year because of COVID-19. That could help as well. But the Patriots drafted Mac Jones for a reason. This is not just, hey, Cam, you're our starter for 17 games. I think he'll start week 1. I think he'll be the front runner to start, and I think Mac Jones will have to take the job away from him. But there's very much a possibility that that ends up happening sooner rather than later. And by the way, don't buy into the Jarrett Stidham hype train for the third straight offseason. That's just absolute garbage. Guy is an absolute schmuck. Who will start for the Patriots this season? Type CN for Cam Newton. Type MJ for Mac Jones. I think Newton gets the first nod, at least in week 1, but don't be surprised if Mac Jones starts at some point this season. Is he top 20, Cam Newton? I'm not so sure. We'll have to wait and see how this season plays out.